Alright, so America spent $2 billion in the 1940s building the world's biggest science experiment.
They built nukes, they built labs, they accidentally built the fastest object humans have ever launched into space. Meanwhile in Nevada, somebody asked what would happen if we stuck a bomb into a hole and plugged it with a steel lid. They did not ask what would happen next.
And that is how we accidentally slingshotted 900 kilograms of steel toward the sun. This is the story of the nuclear manhole, the fastest piece of garbage ever built.
Okay, so in 1945, the US built the most terrifying science experiment of all time, the nuclear bomb, the Manhattan Project. Boom, done. But did they stop there? No, absolutely not. They immediately went, what else can we explode? And just started recreationally detonating nukes in the desert for funsies. By 1957, they're like, hey, we should try blowing one up underground, to keep the radiation inside. Which sounds smart until you realize the entire experiment basically boiled down to dig hole, drop nuke, seal with lid, and hope. So welcome to Operation Plumbbob, the most casually named series of nuclear tests since Project Whoops. They ran 29 nukes in 1 year. One of those tests, Pascal A, was supposed to be chill, tiny bomb, little blast. Instead, the explosion was 50,000 times stronger than predicted. They accidentally flash fried a concrete plug and shot a fireball 100 feet out of the shaft like it owed them money. So naturally, the next step was to just add a manhole cover because, sure, why not? And I guarantee you somebody in the lab was like, okay, hear me out. Take a 300-ton nuclear bomb, drop it 150 meters down a vertical shaft. Still with me? Okay, now weld a steel plate on top of it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like an actual 900 kilogram, 4-foot wide iron pancake on top of it.
Yes.
Okay, and then we seal it.
Well, of course.
And then we pray.
Also, slap a camera on it.
Imagine for a second, if you would with me. The nuke goes off. The concrete plug instantly, no second thought, vaporizes. The air inside turns into a superheated murder plasma rushing up the shaft at thousands of meters per second. And what's waiting at the top of the shaft? The cap. The poor, sweet cap. It holds on for a microsecond and then is just out of there. The pressure from the blast sends it into the sky so fast that the high-speed camera, shooting at 1,000 frames per second, mind you, only catches it in 1 frame, which means that it was gone in under a millisecond. Now, here's where it gets stupid. One of the scientists, Dr. Brownlee, does some back-of-the-napkin physics and goes, yeah, that was probably going 6 times the Earth's escape velocity. What? That's about 150,000 miles per hour. That's faster than any rocket we ever made. It's faster than the New Horizons probe to Pluto. That's stupid fast. The manhole cover didn't just fly. It dipped out of Earth's gravity like it had student loans. Now, if it was going straight up like we think, it wasn't going to orbit the Earth at that speed. It wasn't going to orbit the sun. It was just like, I'm gone. See you later. No one saw it fall back down. No radar ever tracked it. No one found it in a tree 10 miles away, which means 2 things are possible. And one of them is a lot funnier of an option. 1, it burned up in the atmosphere, disintegrating the air like a steel shooting star. Or 2, it's still out there. If it somehow survived the air and kept flying, it could be on a hyperbolic escape trajectory, meaning it's leaving the solar system. Just a manhole cover, floating alone through space forever. And if it was heading to a star like Caerulli, which was roughly overhead at the time, at 60 kilometers per second, it'll get there in about 575 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars for April 13th, 2532. Sometime in the 26th century, an alien gardener is going to get clocked in the skull by a nuclear manhole cover, and the last words will be... So, what did we learn? If you strap a giant steel plate to a nuclear bomb and then detonate it underground, you might accidentally invent the fastest object the humans ever made. Also, that object might be still out there, flying, watching, plotting, and all because someone in 1957 asked, hey, what if we put a lid on it?